forward number 8, 10th campaign out of Alabama, Latrell Sprewell. The other guard, number 8, 6'7", 6th campaign out of Laurel Marion High School, Bryant.
Dropped 8 of their last 11. Looking at it another way, they have won 3 of the last 5, which includes the victory over Seattle last week and then Milwaukee and Utah. While the Lakers come off a defeat against the Jazz in Salt Lake City this past Wednesday night, they committed 24 turnovers, a season high. In fact, they're second in the NBA in fewest turnovers. Here's Latrell Sprewell, who had a big ball game against Utah the other night, despite the fact he's playing with the flu and
the last 30 games, Kurt Thomas played the best basketball of his NBA career.
Kobe Bryant off a hesitation.
Just to see if they can duplicate that. Sustain it.
It was an unlikely victory coming off what took place. The basket counts and the foul, the way they played the previous night against the Nuggets in Denver. How about Denver beating Portland last night?
Yeah, Portland went in with 12 in a row, and they've had trouble there. And Sprewell and the Knicks had troubles
over the last week and a half, leading to victories against Seattle and Utah. Sprewell, although triple team. Well, Latrell, despite the flu and the knee injury, off to the good start.
The Laker defense.
Shaq has all 7 Laker points. Here's Kobe Bryant. Kicks Sprewell on the run. He has Jackson. Bryant back.
That ball should have been passed.
Here comes Kobe taking off. Whipping by Allen Houston.
Lakers taking advantage here on the Latrell Sprewell selfish play on that 2-on-1. Kobe playing with a severely sore left thumb of his own, heavily taped.
Reach-in foul on orders.
It's frustrating for Shaq because he's putting the ball right on the mark, and the guys aren't delivering easy shots.
The problem, the shooting has been off the last couple of games. Sprewell with the steal. Able to finish, and the Knicks have a 17-9 lead. And you hear the Lakers getting the boo reaction from the...
And knock it down. Penetration and dish.
And the game in New York 2 weeks ago as Kobe takes it to the rim. Although Shaq was sensational, Kurt Thomas...
Against Shaq. It can't just be standing there and slug it out.
Well, particularly when you don't have the same kind of equipment, you go into that kind of a fight.
Kobe Bryant heating up 3 for 5 for the Weatherspoon. Back to Sprewell. Shot clock rolling down. Sprewell to the reverse. It counts. And the foul. Latrell Sprewell headed to the line. He'll look for point number 11.
If there's defense being played by the Lakers, we're not seeing it here in the first quarter. How many times are you seeing gaping holes in their defense? And it's supposed to be a good team that rotates, reacts, and
was a great postman, the guy who spaces the floor and hits the three-pointer.
Sprewell from downtown. Now, apparently that shot by Fox was called a 2. He had a foot on the line, so it's a 31-19.
This passion and commitment and dedication every game, they wouldn't be so far behind in the standings. Outstanding.
The Knicks with a 38-33 lead on the Lakers. Latrell Sprewell so active here in the first half. He now has 16 points, and he is shredding the Lakers.
But the Knicks are getting right to it, while the Lakers, on the other hand, they're coming up and they're just wasting the...
Fisher checking the clock. Out of 4. Kobe Bryant with 8 points. 7% from the field. That was earlier today here on NBC. Kobe Bryant. So with 36 seconds remaining in the half, the game is tied.
Sprewell has clearly been taken out of the play.
When Sprewell has been in this position tonight, he's been pretty good against whoever's defending him. 7 on the clock.
Sprewell gives it up to Thomas. Once again,
they're talking about fouling Shaq. How about pressuring the passer? Don't let him get the good look, but rebound a miss.
And Latrell Sprewell now 8 of 15 from the field. He has 8 points for 3 from the field.
he's got to be more aggressive in looking for his shot and work a lot harder. They got to find him.
In 15 years, they've lost 8 of the last 11. They do come off a good win against the Jazz in Utah on Friday night. Nice move by Sprewell and draws the foul. It's on Bryant. First win for the Knicks in Utah in 8 years this past Friday night. Kobe Bryant picks up his second, and Latrell Sprewell goes. And the Lakers at 42-18, and they have won 7 of their last 9. The 2 losses in that stretch at Utah and Minnesota. By Kobe Bryant.
What footwork, what balance, and that forces Don Chaney to take a much-needed timeout here, because if you can't double team and keep him in the middle and allow him to split, what kind of defensive strategy you have, Don Chaney?
Charles Oakley, Anthony Mason, Patrick Ewing days.
You're talking about an illegal tackle.
Only have 10 between them since the end of the first.
Yeah, but what Sprewell did well in that first quarter was turn and look to see where the defense was and then attack. Did a good job doing it now, and he gets to the line. Now, every time he's played from that position and attitude, something good has happened for him or the New York Knicks. When he turns around, gets his back to the defense, and quick shoots it, they're in trouble, he's in trouble.
Foul committed by Fox, his third. Sprewell, 3 for 4.
I don't think so. Dallas Mavericks. I don't think so. Not on behalf of the Lakers, because of Shaq.
Sprewell, Latrell Sprewell has had a very consistent game. 24 for Sprewell. The Lakers 78. The Knicks. O'Neal gives it up. Here's Bryant putting moves on Sprewell.
Howard Isley, so they got to try to pick up the tempo of the game.
Bryant stopped by Sprewell, and a foul on Latrell Sprewell.
Kobe determined to shoot that time, had that ball. Sprewell played it pretty darn well, but once you force a guy into a very difficult shot, just pull it back a little bit defensively. Don't reach in and run the risk of hitting him on the wrist on Kobe's.
In a stretch, playing 5 of 6 games at home. Kobe with the offensive foul. That's his third foul. Tuesday night, Lakers home for Charlotte. Hornets with vivid memories of that game as this man, Kobe Bryant, beat the Hornets with his problem. Sprewell posting, draws the double.
Every time Sprewell's gone into the post with his back to the basket, they haven't come away with anything good. And he needs to get back out on the perimeter because he's not able to jump over or outquick.
Did not work. Sprewell for 3. So he has 27 points. Lakers 101. And
they've stayed around that 10-point mark, and it's because the Knicks can't consistently stop them now, and they can't score,
which is a bad sign. Lost 8 of their last 11. A record of 23 and 37 if they wind up this 3-game Western trip. Sprewell did well to get that over the outstretched arm of O'Neal.
Talking about the strikes.
Allen Iverson has been on a tear for the Sixers. Setting it up with the crossover. 16 for Kobe. And the Lakers back up to the 10-point lead.
A guy gets 16 and it's a quiet afternoon, but he's been just picking his spots of when to shoot. Sprewell again.
And that will count. It's a goaltend.
But every time Sprewell is turned and faced.
Shot clock down to 5. Down to 2.
Is artistry. That is poetry. What a skill.
Sprewell and did not miss a second of action. Came right back in. He has 4 steals, 3 block shots, 12 rebounds.
I think Shaq's money shot is his jump hook. I think that sets up everything, and that's be the first thing you try to take away. Offensive rebounds would be the second.
And the foul will put Kobe Bryant at the line. Shaq now has 40 points, his season high 46 against Dallas. We're down to 38 seconds. A double-digit lead. They led by as many as 15 in the first quarter. Shaquille O'Neal with 40. Kobe Bryant.
We're playing okay. We're not where we want to be, but it'll take some time. We'll get there.